I'm letting y'all know right now, if y'all hear Elmo in the background, y'all better not say a word. Paigey is chilling and she's actually letting me record. Y'all, you better not say a word. Y'all want content? This is what we need to do. Let's get into the video. What's up, guys? It's your girl BooksWithBonnie and I am back with another effing video. What's poppin'? Today's video is going to be all about this embarrassing book haul of mine. So I haven't done a book haul in a while. I have been shopping here and there, and this is not even all of them. But before I even show y'all one book that I have purchased, okay, I want y'all to understand there's been a conversation about consumerism in this space over and over and over again. So let me start this video off with: use your library. If you don't have a library card, you should get one. Reading is political. So yeah, I think I got everything off of my list. I just wanted to say those things because I don't know why in this space specifically, it's almost like a yearly annual thing when I start to see the consumerism conversation pop back up in this space. But let's be honest, I am gonna buy books. I am going to buy books. It is a hobby of mine. It is my bread and butter. I love it here, okay? But that being said, there are a lot of people who feel like they can't come into this space because they don't have this, right? I was looking at some videos on TikTok and a lot of people were like, oh, I can't make content because I don't have a lot of books. I don't have a personal bookcase. I don't have a bookshelf. I don't have the room, right? And I know, in my opinion, I still feel like my bookshelves ain't nothing in comparison to some of these bookshelves I've seen. I say all of this to say you don't need it. You don't need this big shelf. You don't need this big haul. You don't need it because guess what? You have a library. And I hope that this motivates some of you to make content who have been watchers for years but felt that they couldn't because of that reason. Baby, I have collected these books over time, okay? This was not a one-stop shop purchase. Now, did I have some big book hauls on this channel? Baby. 30 plus books, 40 plus books. Baby, when I say I was eating up them books and putting them on them shelves, your girl had a problem. But I think I've done my due diligence of buying things that I care about, buying things that I want to be a part of my life. I'm one of those people who like to see their money, and baby, as you can see, the money is here. Not in my account, okay? It's not in my account, it's gone. But I wanted to make sure I addressed that before I talked about the books that I purchased. Also, what I buy is what I buy. A friend of mine said this could all be crack. This could be drugs. This could all be things that I don't need, that are not making me a better person. So I think of it this way. A lot of people have their vices and this is just one of mine. I love to read. I love my books. And you guys literally subscribe to a channel where I dedicate my time, my effort, and my energy into reading and motivating others to do so. But I want to be very clear. You don't have to. Now, on the flip side of that, I'm a grown woman. I work hard for my money and I buy what I want. And that is my decision and my choice. So please don't come over here trying to convince me otherwise because, baby, the money gone. Okay, so the first book on this book haul is going to be Alexis Henderson's House of Hunger. I randomly saw a TikToker I've been following for a while talk about this one. They said it was vampires, it's Black people. Okay, put it in the cart. So I don't know much about this other than it's about Black vampires, so I'm very much excited and I'm very much invested in this, so we'll see how it goes. The next book that's on my list is Half Brown Rose by Lisa Crossmith. I do believe I read another book by her. I think it was a Book of the Monk book that I have by her, and there's actually 2 books of hers on this list. I had 2 different recommendation videos that I watched, and both of these books were in it, so I was like, why not? Let's see how she writes. But she also has some thickness to her, so I'm hoping for the best. Next book that I'm talking about on here is, baby, all over. When I say this book is all over, I mean all over. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I have seen nothing but this book everywhere. And I'm not even on Twitter like that, okay? I'm gonna be honest. Last time I logged into Twitter was like 2 years ago, and then I logged back out immediately. So I'm gonna let y'all know the fact that this book is everywhere just made me want it, and the second book is already coming out. So this is The Perfect Marriage by Jenna Rose. His mistress is dead. His wife is his only hope. Crazy work. Crazy work. I'm just letting y'all know that alone had me sold, and the people that I trust know my reading taste recommended this to me, so of course I had to grab her. Okay, next. Okay, the next book on my list is Sing to Me, and baby, can we look at this cover? Can we look at this cover? Drown Me in Dreams is the second book to this, and this is a recover, so I appreciate the recover. Not to say that I didn't love the first cover, but baby, this is giving everything. Everything. Killers, liars, soldiers, and spies. And I think this is about either sirens or mermaids. I can't remember. But this has been on my list for a very long time. I mean, a very long time. And I held out getting it for a while, and then boom, they have the paperback immediately. I was going to get the second book in this duology, but they only had hardcover, and y'all know I'm a book prude. I do not like when my collections don't match. So I'm going to read this one and see if the second one is worth getting. But let's be honest, I'm probably going to get it before I finish this one. Boom. So the next book is Kennedy Ryan's Can't Get Enough. Now, I read Before I Let Go. And the next book, I believe, is This Could Be Us. I just received that one, and this was the last book. So let's get it. I can finally finish this series. And let's just say I have a lot of Kennedy Ryan's work, and I need to get through it. So far, I think I've read 2 of her books, but both of them are separate series. So one is the Grip series, and then I've read this one, and I've only read the first book in both. So I need to decide which series I'm going to continue just to keep the reading going. Moving on. So the next book that I have is In Their Shadows by Brianna Cole. This is also I want to say a duology, if not a series. I just ordered the second book in this book series, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into. It says, it's easy to have more than one life. You just have to know how to balance them. So I read that and I was just kind of like, I'm sorry, what? What are we doing? Girl, what we got going on here? Definitely wanted to pick her up because she is on a list of Black authors that are like up and coming, but I went back and found out that she's been writing for a while. So I was like, okay, let me try her for a while and see how it goes. But so far, I'm going to have 2 books of her on my shelf. So the next book that we have is Thick of Love by Danielle Marcus. Now, a lot of people that I was watching videos of recommended this if you liked Kennedy Ryan. Specifically, they talked about Before I Let Go. So I was like, I liked Before I Let Go, so why not this? It says, I gave you 15 years, 2 kids, and my everything. You still choose to give a woman you barely knew the ring, the house, and my happily ever after. It's giving Kill Bill. It's giving Don't Hurt Yourself. It's giving everything I wanted to give. So I'm excited to jump into this one, but we shall see. It's called And They Lived Happily Ever After. I read her first book, at least first book to me, which is A Ghost in Shining Armor. Y'all know how I kind of worked with that book. I ultimately enjoyed it. I love the premise. I love the story. I love the character building. I loved all that, but my brain was not prepared for romance during the time I was reading it. So I don't want that to be the reason why I don't pick this author up again. So I decided to jump on it and grab her other book here, and it says, and this sparkling new novel acclaimed author delivers a delightful magical romance comedy about a woman literally living her dreams and conquering a real life hero. I thought that was cute. I thought that was a cute premise. So I'm going to try her out some more. Alrighty, so the next 3 books is actually by the same author, and that is Shonora Williams. Everyone, again, I have been influenced when it comes to this author. A lot of people talked about The Perfect Wife, and I also have that, but I haven't picked her up, and I realized that it was a four book, I want to say 4 or 5 books in this kind of realm, so I wanted to dive into it. So the books that I have is The Bitter Truth, The Other Mistress, and then The Wife Before. So I'm excited to jump into her work too, because I got another book by her and I can't remember. It was like one of her short stories and I loved it. So baby, I need to pick up more of her work. The next book that I have by Ebony is Love Radio. I actually buddy read this with a book content creator on TikTok. Shout out to her. It was very cutesy. It was very adorable, but it was definitely YA. And I felt the vibes of the YA as I was going into it. It wasn't too crazy though, and that I can enjoy. I like when a book reminds me of what YA is, but it doesn't give me the icks of YA. Again, I'm a grown woman reading YA, so it's normal for me to like pick out things because my frontal lobe is developed. So certain things that I'm reading YA, I'm just like, I know what the author is writing towards because that's how I felt back then. But now that I'm older, I'm like, ooh, that is so effing much. Let's calm down. So I liked it. It was very cutesy. It's a vibe. And speaking of more YA, I got Ballard and Daggers, an Outlaw Saints novel. I do believe the second book is out for this one. I picked this up randomly in Barnes & Noble and it kind of spoke to me. I don't know what this is about, but I'm very excited to get into it. Also, I appreciate the cover here. So yeah, it's giving almost 16 years old. Mateo Island homeland disappears into the sea. That's the part that I read in the store and I was like, let me give this a try. Also the quality, thick pages. Y'all know I'm a book prude, so things like pages matter to me, and this is a thickie. So quality, yes, A+. The next book on my list is A Legend in the Baking by Jamie, I think it's Wesley. I read Fake It Till You Bake It the beginning of this year, right after I had my daughter. It was actually the first book I picked up after having my daughter, after that huge reading slump. And baby, it pulled me right out. So I'm excited to read her next book, and also her covers are fire. Okay, getting into the next book, we have Blood Debts. This is by Terry J. Benson Walker, and it says Justice Will Reign. I actually got this book off of a list that recommended books based off Lovecraft Country, and baby, I was sold. To my understanding, there's like this magical war that takes place 30 years ago or something like that, and now there is time for justice and redemption, and I am thrown. I'm vested. I want to know. I need to know. Yes. Borrows Bad Things Happen Here. This is about a girl whose friend came up missing on this island. And there was a lot of bad things happening, but she was not taking what everyone was saying about her friend. She very much is like, I'm a home skillet biscuit. Y'all not finna just do something to her and I not know what's going on. So she goes on her own rampage to find out what exactly took place. I also have another book by her, and right now she's giving suspense and thriller. This is a new author to me, and I think this cover looks like one of my sisters. So yeah. The next book I have is Out of Body, and baby, I love this cover, and I've been hearing all about this book in multiple spaces, and it's giving body jump, like their consciousness is in different bodies or something like that. I didn't read the back. Y'all know how I get down. I am very much invested in the story though, but it says she's got to get her life back or die trying. Yes, this is the perfect season for these types of reads because baby, fall is here. It is August. I need y'all to accept that fall is here in my head. We are already in August. I'm already back in school. I'm already at work. I'm already mommying it, and I already have the books that I need. Y'all better stop playing with me. We are in fall. It is fall, and that is my season and my prime time to shine. So baby, we are hopping into these reads. The next book that I have is another by Lisa Cross Smith, and this one is Goodbye Earl, and this is giving suspense, but also this cover is eating down, baby. She is eating down. It is giving thriller-esque. Miss Lisa is on my list. So far, I have 3 books by her, and I've only read 1, and so far, she's on the list continuously. So we will see if she can continue to be a good writer in my mind. The next book that I have is Shadows of Pearl by JL. This is the second book in her duology right now. I don't know if it's going to be a series, but I love the first book. Wanted to jump into the second book to see how things go. It was giving fantasy. It was giving a lot, and I was very excited about it when it ended because I was very much like, this can't be it. This can't be it. And then she came out and said it was a second book. I was like, it better be a second book. It better be, because baby, we're going to have some problems if it ain't. Okay? Moving on. The first book that I have is The Princess Kills Monsters by Rye Herman. I don't know what to expect with this. With my book of the month books, I read that little spiel that they put there, but I never read the details regarding the book. I just know that this has something to do with a fairy tale and them wanting to kill the princess and something like that. So more to come. I haven't delved too much into this, and I have intentionally ignored any kind of post about it, so we'll see how this goes. Next book that I have is Neighbors and Other Stories. Can we just have a moment for this cover? This is giving me very much 70s, 80s nostalgic paintings. It's giving artwork. It's giving album cover. It's getting apartment. It's just giving all together. I'm excited to jump into this. I don't know anything about this book. It has been on my Pinterest for a while, and I finally caved to peer pressure and decided to be influenced. More to come on this one. I'm excited for it though. So the next book that I have is actually a two-parter. So I got this one, I want to say, when did this come out? September of 2024. I have yet to read it because I knew there was another book coming out fairly quickly. So I got the second book, which is the Enchantra, and this is by Kylie Smith. Here is what the second book looks like. Very excited. Don't know what to do with myself. Am I crazy? Absolutely. But this should be good. This is the second one. This one is the first one. So both covers, amazing, incredible. Can't wait. Okay, we finally made it to the end of this video. Y'all ready to rock and roll, or are we ready to roll and rock? Okay, the last book is Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie. When I say this is a gorgeous, gorgeous book, loved it. I literally was on the phone when I opened this book and I screamed. So that should just tell you that it's gorgeous. But can we talk about the foil? Can we talk about the color? Can we talk about the reflection? It's giving everything I wanted to give. But then on top of that, look at those spray painted edges, baby. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Don't ask me what this book is about. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I have no idea what this book is about. It is beautiful though, and I bought it because it was beautiful. This is what I call a 100% a cover buy, and in this case, cover and page buy, because it's gorgeous. Some fates are worse than death. Read the little spiel, was like, okay, cool, let's go with it. I didn't investigate. I saw how gorgeous this book was and I immediately stopped. Now, have I read it since? Possibly. I'm not telling y'all. But this was giving everything it was supposed to give, and I figured I had credits saved up, so why not? But also, can we talk about this beautiful pink? She fine naked. Oh my god. That's all I had for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a ball collecting books for the last couple of months. It's been a while since I put a book haul out there, and mostly because, you know, your girl has been taking it slow. Every little inch of time that I get, I'm sticking to my books. I'm also doing audiobooks, so that's an A++, you know, so yeah. Comment down below if you've heard of any of these books or read any of these books. Let me know in your comments down below. But also, what are you currently reading? Because yeah, that's a thing. We talk about books, but are we reading them? Anywho, thanks you so much for watching this video. It's your girl, Books with Bonnie. I am out.